Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Learn Commerce with Namita. In today's session, we are going to discuss on exception to the rule of no consideration, no contract. So let's start. Now in my last video, I have explained you what is consideration, the definition of consideration and essential elements of consideration. Now we'll try to understand in a short that a meaning of consideration. A consideration is something in return for something given. That means a consideration is something in return for something given. It is like give and take. If you are if you are taking something, so you have to give something also. Okay, so now for example, P makes a contract to sell his laptop to Q. Okay, so P is making a contract with Q to sell his laptop for rupees 20,000. Now here for P, 20,000 is the consideration because he is selling the laptop to Q and Q in return he is giving 20,000. So 20,000 is what consideration for P, and for Q the consideration is laptop because he is giving 20,000 and in return of that 20,000 he is getting laptop as consideration. That means something in return for something given. P is giving laptop and Q is giving him 20,000. Okay, so this is consideration. Now exception to the rule of no consideration, no contract means what? Exception to the rules. Now we normally say, okay, it is a rule that an agreement, okay, an agreement or a contract without consideration is void. Void means which is invalid. So an agreement without consideration is invalid. That means suppose there are two parties and one party is giving money to other party and in return the other party is not giving any consideration, so that becomes what? Invalid agreement or invalid contract. But in certain cases, okay, but in certain cases or in certain condition, an agreement can be valid even without consideration. Okay, in some agreement the agreement can be valid. Okay, in some cases or some situation, agreement or either contract can be valid even without consideration. So even without consideration means exception to the rule, means in some situation the rules are excluded, means the rule is not followed of the consideration. So these exceptions, okay, these exceptions are given in the section 25 of the Indian Contract Act. Okay, so some rules which is to be not to followed to make the agreement or make the contract without consideration, that is given in the section 25, section 25 of the Indian Contract Act. So a contract can be valid. Okay, a contract can be valid even without consideration in the following situations. Now there will be a situation or there will be exception to the rules. In that rules or in that situation, the situation or that agreement or contract can be valid without consideration. Okay, so which are those exception? We'll see. Now first situation or first exemption or first rule is what? When the promise, okay, when the promise is made out of natural love and affection. Okay, as per section 25 subsection 2. Okay, so when promise is made out of natural love and affection, can be valid, okay, even without consideration. This means according to the section 25 subsection 1, when the promise, okay, when you are making a promise and that promise is made out of natural love and affection, is valid in terms of law. Okay, even without any consideration, without any consideration also, still that promise is valid because that promise was made out of natural love and affection. Now to satisfy this rule, okay, this rule, there should the following elements, okay, the following 4 elements are essential for such agreement to be valid. Now to make this agreement, the promise is made out of natural love and affection, to be valid without consideration, it is required to satisfy some elements. Okay, if those elements are satisfied, then this rule you can call it as a valid even without consideration. Now what are those rules? Okay, first means what are those elements? The agreement must be in written. Okay, the agreement must be in written. The promise made is the promise, when the promise is made out of natural love and affection, is valid even without consideration. So the rule or the promise, whatever is the promise made, it should be in written. Okay, next is what? The agreement must be registered under the law. So whatever promise or contract you are making without a consideration, to make it valid, it should be registered under law. Next is the party to the agreement must be intimately related. Means the party, when you the party who is involved in the agreement must be intimately related. Means they should be either father, son, father, daughter, husband and wife. Okay, so they should have some relation, okay, which can create a natural love and affection between each other. Then there must be love and affection between the party. There must be love and affection between the party. Okay, now we'll try to understand this rule by taking one example. Now for example, okay, so when the promise is made out of natural love and affection, so to understand this rule, we'll take one example. Now A, okay, A is a person. He promised to give rupees 1 lakh rupees. Okay, A promised to give 1 lakh rupees to his son. Okay, son name is B. Now A is what? Father. A is father and B is son. Okay, B is son. So father is promising to son that I will give 1 lakh rupees because of his love and affection. Okay, father is loving his son, that's why he is promising to his son that I am going to give 1 lakh rupees. And A makes, okay, means father makes the promise in writing and it is registered the same. Okay, so he makes the promise of 1 lakh rupees in writing and he register the same writing, same document in the law. So the promise in this case is valid. Okay, is valid because of the very near relationship between the two, that is of the relation between A and B is of father and son. So why this is this promise is valid without consideration? Now see, A is giving the consideration to B, but in return B is not giving any consideration to C. If we see in other side, okay, consideration means what? Something in return to something given. Okay, so A is giving 1 lakh rupees to B, but in return B is not giving anything. So like that the consideration is invalid. But in some exceptional cases or in some situation, the rule is not applied. Okay, even that agreement can be valid without consideration, because the first rule says that the promise which is made out of love and affection can be a valid contract without any consideration. Now father is giving consideration to son, but in return son is not giving any consideration. So this case can be a valid contract without consideration. Okay, as per the first rule. Next rule. Now when the promise, okay, when the promise is made to compensate for voluntary service, okay, voluntary service means at your own service, at the service of the promiser, means at his own willingness, if you want to do the service, then the promise is made to compensate for voluntary service, that is section 25 subsection 2. Okay, now we'll try to understand this. An agreement, okay, an agreement made without consideration, an agreement made without consideration may be valid, okay, may be valid if it is a promise, okay, if it is a promise to compensate wholly or in part a person who has already done voluntary something for the promiser. Okay, now we'll understand this by one example, but before to apply this rule, okay, to apply this agreement, okay, to apply this when the promise is made to compensate for voluntary service, to apply this rule there are following essential. Okay, the essential must exist, then only this rule is applicable. Without the means it is valid without consideration. Okay, so now to apply this rule the following essential must exist. Now the act, okay, whatever the promiser and the promisee are doing it, that act must be done voluntary means at the willingness of the promiser or at the desire of the promiser. The promiser must be in exist whenever whatever the act is happening. Okay, at that time the promiser must be present. Okay, the promiser must be in exist at the time when the act was done. And next is what? The promiser, okay, the promiser must agree now to compensate the promise. Okay, so basically this means what? This when the promise is made to compensate for voluntary service means if the agreement made without consideration may be valid if it is a promise to compensate wholly or in part a person, okay, a person who has already done something at his own desire, that then it can be considered as a valid contract without consideration. I will understand this rule by one example. So the example for this rule is, suppose A finds B purse. Okay, A is a person and B is the second person. So A and B are there. Now A finds, okay, A finds B purse and gives it to him. Okay, A finds B's purse. B has lost his purse or wallet in some place, and B finds the purse and gives the purse to B. Okay, and B in return promised to give, okay, B in return promised to give A rupees 500. This is a contract now. Okay, A finds B's purse and A returns the purse to B, and in return to that what? B promised to give A 500 rupees, and this is contract. Okay, now according to the law, okay, according to the law there is no consideration. Okay, there is no consideration between A and B. Now you will say why? Okay, because now see, B gives 500 to A. Okay, so from B side there is a consideration. Okay, there is a consideration, but A has not done anything for B according to the law. Okay, I am saying according to the law, this between A and B there is no consideration, but still it is valid in valid contract. Now why? Because B gives 500 to A, but A did not do anything for B. A did not do anything for B. Now you will say A has searched the purse, so A has done something for B, right? But according to the law, okay, according to the law, B did not go. Okay, according to the law, B did not say, or he did not ask A to search my purse, and if you search my purse I will give you 500 rupees. Okay, so in this case, okay, A has done at his own desire. A has searched his purse at his own desire, means at his own voluntary service. He has searched the purse and he has given to B. So the consideration, in the definition of the consideration, it is said that consideration should be done, should be at the desire of the promiser. Now B is giving the promise to A, so B is who? The promiser. So the consideration must be at the desire of the promiser. Okay, so this is the definition, this is the example. Now next rule is when the promise is made, okay, when the promise is made to pay a time barred debt, okay, when the promise is made to pay a time barred debt. Now time barred debt means what? Time barred debt means the debt which is not recovered, okay. Time barred debt means the debt or the money which is not recovered in the limit, okay. To recover the money or to recover the debt, there is a limit, and that limit has gone as per the in the court also. So when the promise is made to pay a time barred debt means time barred debt means that debt which is not recovered, and the limit to recover that debt has been gone, okay. So the section 25 subsection 3 states the rule of when the promise is made to pay a time barred debt, okay. Now I will repeat again. Time barred debt means the debt which has not recovered, and the limit to recover that debt is gone, okay. So a promise, okay, a promise by a debtor, okay. Debtor means the person who have to give the money, and the creditor means the person who have to receive the money. So a promise which is made by a debtor to pay a time barred debt, okay. Time barred debt means the debt or the money which is not recovered. A promise by a debtor to pay time barred debt is enforceable, okay, is enforceable provided it is made in writing and is signed by the debtor or his agent. Means if the debtor has appointed some agent, generally or specially authorized on behalf of his, okay, on his behalf. Means suppose the debtor has appointed any agent to do such work, then the debtor then the agent is also authorized, okay, person. Now a promise by a debtor, okay, the debtor has promised to pay a time barred debt is enforceable, okay. It is only enforceable when it is enforceable when the debtor gives in writing, and that document is signed by the debtor or the agent, then it is enforceable, and then the agreement or the contract is valid in terms of I without the consideration. Now for example, okay, to understand this rule, we'll take the example that when the rent payable, okay, when the rent payable by tenant, okay, when the rent payable by tenant to landlord, okay, becomes time barred rent, okay, means the rent which the tenant have to give to the landlord, it becomes time barred. Means he delays to pay the money, pay the rent to the landlord. So what does the tenant do? Now tenant is who? The debtor, okay. Debtor means the person who have to pay the money, and landlord is who? Creditor, because creditor means the person who is going to receive the money. So tenant is debtor. So when the rent payable means rent, the tenant has to pay the rent to the landlord as he is using his house. So if the tenant delays to pay, okay, so that rent becomes what? Time barred. Time barred rent means the money which is not recovered. So tenant, what he does, the tenant writes to landlord, okay, he is and is enforceable, this agreement is enforceable provided it is made in writing. So tenant means the debtor, tenant is writes to landlord that I shall pay you all the areas of time barred rent. Such a promise is valid without consideration. Means tenant is giving in writing, okay, as a proof that I will pay all the pending rent to you, okay. So it becomes valid, but in that tenant is giving in writing, and landlord is not returning anything. So that means one side consideration and other side consideration is not there, but still it is valid because he is giving in writing. Okay, he is giving in writing and plus his signature is there, and this rule is exempted or it is not excluded, and it is considered as a valid contract. Next, now when the contract is of agency, okay, when the contract is of agency, so it is a valid contract without any consideration. Now a agent, okay, a agent is a person who acts on behalf of the principal. Principal means suppose a person has appointed some agent, so he acts as per the instruction whatever the person has done. So section 185 says that no consideration is needed to create an agency. So if agent is there, so there should be no consideration. Now so when a person is appointed, okay, when a person is appointed as an agent, his appointment is valid even if there is no consideration. Okay, so when a contract is of agency, suppose a person has appointed agent, okay, or the person is appointed as an agent, so his appointment is valid without any consideration. Next, when the promise, okay, when the promise is for a charity, when the promise is for a charity or donation, now such a promise does not have any consideration. Now you are giving some donation, so that is your consideration to that particular institution or particular foundation. For the particular institution is not asking anything from you. You are giving at your own, okay, you are giving the donation to your from at your desire. At your desire you are giving the donation to the particular institution. So when the promise is for a charity or donation, so such a promise does not have any consideration and it becomes a valid contract. So therefore a promisor, okay, promisor of the charity or donation is not liable to keep his promise and cannot be enforced to do it. Okay, so therefore, okay, suppose a promise, if you are the promisor, okay, you promise to do something to the particular charity and you deny it after a few days, so you are not liable to keep that promise. Okay, and the charity is not going to force you to keep that promise also. Okay, so now we'll try to understand this rule by example. Now A is the person, okay, he makes a verbal promise. A makes a verbal promise to donate 25,000 towards the construction of temple. So A is donating, okay, he makes a promise of paying 25,000 to construct the temple. Now the trustee of the temple, the trustee means whoever is looking taking care of the temple, on the faith of the promise means trustee of the temple, they believe, okay, they have faith of A's promise, okay, and according to the whatever A has promised to the trustee of the temple, so the trustee of the trustee of the temple, they give the work to the contractor. Okay, they give the work to the contractor and undertook the liability to pay them. Okay, now in this case A is liable to pay the amount. Okay, now suppose, now see, A gives the promise to donate the 25,000 to construct the temple. Now based on this promise, the trustee of the temple appoints the contractor to construct the building. Okay, so actually A gave the promise to trustee and on that promise the trustee appoints the contractor. If in this case, if now the third party is also involved in this agreement, so now if the third party is involved, so in this case, if even if A denies, okay, even if A denies that no, I am not going to give 25,000, still A has to pay 25,000 rupees. Why? Because the third party is involved. Third party means trustee of the temple gave the work. Okay, they gave the work to the contractor. So in this case, in this situation, A has to pay money to the contractor or to the trustee of the temple. Okay, so this is the when the promise is for a charity or donation. Next is completed gifts. Okay, completed gifts. Now there is no rule of no consideration, no contract. The rule of no consideration, no contract shall not affect the validity of any gift naturally made between the donor and the donee. Okay, so the rule of no contract, the rule of no consideration, no contract shall not affect. Okay, it should not affect the validity of any gift naturally be made between the donor and the donee. Okay, thus, okay, now suppose if a person, okay, if a person gives certain properties to another person according to the provision of the Transfer of Property Act. Okay, now there is a person who gives the property to another person. Okay, so the person who has given the property to another person, so the person is giving his property, means he is giving consideration to another person, and another person is not giving any consideration to that particular person. So the person who has given the property, the person who has given the property to another person, that person cannot subsequently demand the property back from the another person. Okay, on the ground that there was no consideration. Now for example, A and B. Okay, so A gives the property to B. Okay, as per the provision of Transfer of Property Act, means he is gifting the complete property to B, and A cannot ask or A cannot demand that particular property from B back. Okay, why he cannot, means if he ask also that if A says that okay, I have given you the property, and B did not you did not give me anything, so on the ground of that there was no consideration, A cannot ask the property back from B. Okay, because the rule no consideration, no contract shall affect the validity of any gift naturally made between the donor and the donee, because it was a natural this thing agreement between A and B. A said that I will give you the property, and A cannot ask back the property from B on the ground of there was no consideration. Clear? From the other side of the party. Next is guarantee. Okay, guarantee is what's under section 127. A contract of guarantee is made without consideration. A contract of guarantee is made without consideration means, now for example, in a bank, okay, if you want to take a loan from a bank, so the bank says that bring the guarantor. Okay, so and if who have an account in the particular bank, so you take one guarantor. So in this case the guarantee is made without consideration only. You go to your friend and you say be my guarantor for the loan. Okay, so there is no consideration. So a contract of guarantee is made without consideration. Clear? So this is the end of all the exemption rules, exception rules of no contract to no consideration to no contract. So I hope you have understood this lecture. In next lecture we are going to come up with a new topic. So thank you very much. Please subscribe my YouTube channel, like and share the video, and please do not forget to press the bell icon to get the latest notification.